Welcome to Nike EYBL Scholastic at the Bash on League Ready. We're live from Ridgeview High School in Columbia, South Carolina for some high school hoops. Today's matchup features a pair of Nike EYBL Scholastic teams. The designated away team, number 5 in the country, Long Island Lutheran, the Crusaders. They welcome the designated home team, the Buffaloes of Sunrise Christian Academy. First, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. For the Long Island Lutheran Crusaders, got number 0, VJ Edgecombe, Caden Mingo, Nigel James, number 12, Alir Maluk, and number 21, Godswill Erharim. So, my partner Jace, welcome tonight. What do you think about this Long Island Lutheran team?
Well, I think they've got one of the greatest players that we're going to see in tonight's slate of games. That's number 1, VJ Edgecombe. You're likely going to hear that name a lot in the ESPN Top 100. He's ranked number 5 in the nation. He has not decided a college yet, but his final 10 are a pretty impressive resume.
So we'll take a look at, we'll go across the way, we'll go to Sunrise Christian Academy, and their best player, number 10, David Castillo.
Yeah, David Castillo in the ESPN Top 100, ranked number 50, a 4-star recruit. He spent 3 years at Bartsville High School in Oklahoma, and in 3 years he became the all-time leading scorer at Bartsville with 1,594 points.
You're watching EYBL Scholastic live from the Marshall County Hoop Fest. Doing it in the circle, it's Godswill Erharim and Kenny Tachanda, and Sunrise Christian, they will control the tip in order to take it going right to left across your screen. Sunrise Christian in the light grays, Long Island Lutheran in the dark. 3 on the way, off the mark from Arns. Rebounded quickly by Long Island Lutheran. They're going to get it to their best player, Edgecombe, on the right side.
Spencer Arens had an open 3, just did not make it on that previous possession.
You got to knock that down. Nigel James, make a man miss, goes to the elbow, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Buffaloes.
2 easy buckets to make with not a lot of defense in the face of those 2 shots, and both teams whiffed on their opening possessions.
And not ideal starts for either team. Arns looking nice, cut to the hoop. Jeremiah Green tried to kick it out, couldn't do it. Still in the hands of the Buffaloes, Sunrise Christian. They're looking for their first win of the year in this EYBL Scholastic League. Right there, Elliott trying to make some moves. Jeremiah Green to the basket, to the flush off the lane, and good. Jeremiah Green opens up the scoring with a left-handed layup. 2-0 quick for the Buffaloes.
And one benefit of playing this level of high school basketball is that there's no shot clock. So on that possession, they were able to just pass the ball around until they had an open lane to drive inside, and that's exactly what happened to get the first points of the game.
That is Edgecombe. He's going to let one fly right wing, a little short off the rebound, into the hands of Erharim underneath. Trying to get it out. They're going to kick it out to James. He's to try to set up the offense. Driving right hand all the way, stops on the block, puts it up and in. Nigel James, quick 2 points, evens this game early in the first minute and a half.
He faced a lot of contact going inside, but just nice focus to be able to finish, and this game knotted up.
Early action from both sides. As I said, the Buffaloes trying to find their first win in the EYBL Scholastic. Couldn't pick a harder team to do it against. The number 5 team in the nation, Lou High. Arms going to take a 3 straight away, rattles out into the hands of Long Island Lutherans, Alir Maluk. Quickly trying to take it the other way. A long 3 from Mingo, straight away, couldn't get it to fall, rebounded by the Buffaloes. Sunrise Christian taking it the other way.
Yeah, and again, just an open 3 on that previous possession for the Buffaloes. Were unable to convert, and the defense has just been very intense in tonight's game from both teams. On our last possession there from Long Island Lutheran, you saw they had to take a 3 from a long distance.
They did. Now trying to get it inside to Chanda, working against Erharim on that low block, going around, got it to go. Kenny Tachanda, the 4-star, making light work of Erharim early. And again, Sunrise Christian grabbing the lead quickly. Erharim trying to answer back, can't get it to go. Going to bounce around to the hands of Sunrise Christian. Going up away, Elijah Elliott's going to slow the pace down now on that far side. Get it over to Castillo. Long 3 from Castillo, left wing, nothing but nylon early. Castillo showing off the range. And now Edgecombe, the 5-star, going the other way, gets the foul but can't get it to fall. He'll shoot 2 from the line.
Yeah, on that previous 3, actually pretty good defense there from Long Island Lutheran. But how about this? Sunrise Christian, I talked about it, without a win, going for their first one. Very hard team to go up against. Long Island Lutheran to find their first victory, but they're up early, 7-2.
They are, and both teams traveling a really long way to come play here. Long Island Lutheran, they're from New York, as well as Sunrise Christian all the way out in Arizona. 2 long flights for both teams. Edgecombe at the line. Now, he hasn't been the best at the line this year, only 1 for 6, but that is his second make. Beautiful ball there from the 5-star. Going to be a lot of him tonight.
A quick substitution early in this one for the Buffaloes.
It looks like Frank Bellaby checking in for Sunrise Christian. Now Edgecombe, right hand, another beautiful free throw. Gets this game down to 1 possession.
Long Island and introducing full court press here.
Both teams going to probably press early. Edgecombe almost picks his pocket. Elijah Elliott, the one taken up, used by him. Now going to be a 3-ball. Bellaby in the game, almost wedges it, but taken in by Long Island Lutheran, fight themselves for the rebound.
And Edgecombe, even though he did not get that steal, that was great intensity on defense to poke that ball free.
And a great pass now out. Edgecombe, left wing 3, that's perfect. VJ Edgecombe with a quick 5 here, ties this game at 7s. A little over halfway to go in the first quarter.
Long Island Lutheran backing up here. We've seen another new player into the game for the first time tonight for Sunrise Christian. That's number 1, Mika Muririn. Excuse me.
All good. Now trying to drive. Kick out 3 from Bellaby. No, he's going to drive. Yes, gets deflected. Rebounded by Edgecombe. Going the other way. Nigel James up and under and good. And just like that, Long Island Lutheran overcomes the 5-point deficit. Goes up by 2. Going to be a back and forth battle all night, hopefully, between 2 great Nike EYBL Scholastic teams.
Yeah, head coach for Sunrise Christian Academy has already put out his next player. 2 players actually getting ready to substitute. That's Kyle Lindstedt, head coach.
Now as of try to dump it off to Bellaby. He's been active early. He gets the foul. Looks like it's going to go against number 12. No, it's going to be on Edgecombe. I thought Maluk was the one on him, but I guess they're going to get Edgecombe for the reach. And he's going to have a substitution. Don't want to get him. And checking in the game, very special player, Kyan Anthony, the son of Carmelo. Yes, the real Mello, Carmelo Anthony. Underneath Jeremiah Green, he's going to try to kick it over. Murian takes a step inside the free throw line. Toilet bowls out into the hands of Long Island Lutheran. Going the other way is James. James trying to take his man off the dribble into the lane. Great defense, but he banks it in. Nigel James, what a shot.
He set that ball in on a hope and a prayer, and somehow it found the bottom of the net. That was excellent defense on the other side, but just sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, these Long Island Lutheran team, they'll score with the best of them. And unfortunately for Sunrise Christian, they actually come in with the worst defense in the Scholastic. And there's a block from Ararine, making that way early. Now, Nigel James other way, being guarded by Green. You're going to kick it over back to James. Jeremiah Green versus Nigel James, one to watch, but up and under, can't get it to fall. That was Caden Bingo for Long Island Lutheran. Going the other way, Castillo and the Buffaloes. Castillo trying to take his man off the dribble, can't find any grass. And there it is, Green getting in trouble. They're trapping early, and there's the walk. Murian couldn't hang on to it, takes a step with it. That'll be Long Island Lutheran ball.
Yeah, after being up 7-2, a quick 9-0 run for Long Island Lutheran, and they've been aided by obviously better field goal percentage on the offensive side, but their defense intensity has certainly stepped up. We saw a great example on that previous play. Muherin with the ball just kind of traveled and panicked in the midst of in the midst of very intense defense.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find ways to get on the board. Long Island Lutheran, as I said, they score with the best of them. Gonna be a tough act to follow. Now, getting it over, Nigel James. He's been active early. Over to the other side, 3-ball on the way, not off the mark. That was Kyan Anthony trying for his first bucket. And now it's on the floor, gonna be a jump ball. Elijah Elliott got on the ground first, followed by Jacob Ross. Possession arrow will stay with the Crusaders. Long Island Lutheran will take it out underneath.
A lot of intensity in this game already. We've seen a lot of bodies hit the hardwood, and another example there, these two teams, some of the best players in the country and certainly the future talent of college basketball, as we've kind of mentioned before. Yeah, they're leaving it all out to play for.
A lot of these players are 4 stars and looking at people. That ball trying to get inbounded to Kyan Anthony. Deflected and knocked away from the Buffaloes, number 2. That's Jeremiah Green. So Long Island Lutheran will take it out on the other side of their basket. But this just shows you how well the talent is in this league. Top high school league in the country. And they're going to get it to Edgecombe. He's looking to make men miss. No, he's going to tango and shoot a 3 short. Can't get it to fall, and Jeremiah Green with the rebound. Going the other way, Sunrise Christian. Spin move all the way, looking for a wolf. And now it gets stolen. That's Jacob Ross on the other end. Going the other way, Kyan Anthony up and in and one. Kyan Anthony looking like his pops early. Gets the and one to fall. It's a quick 6-point lead here for the Crusaders. Excuse me.
Well, for Sunrise at Christian Academy, they had numbers with Jeremiah Green who had the ball, but he took too long to take advantage of that, and then he got his pocket picked from behind, and then obviously set up the easy transition for Long Island Lutheran. They've been very good tonight. Long Island has been able to get out in transition and take advantage of some players from Sunrise Christian just being out of place at the wrong time.
Guy and Anthony can't make the and one, so into the hands of Sunrise Christian. And they're going to try to take it the other way. The Crusaders are on an 11-0 run over the last around 3 minutes of this game.
Yeah, they've held the Buffaloes to 0 points in the last 3 minutes.
Now trying to find their way up and underneath and can't get it to fall. That's Bakhta. Now the other way, Long Island Lutheran. Going to be a stop and start for Nigel James. Into the corner for three. Got it to go. Kai and Anthony. Long Island Lutheran feeling it early. Almost stretching to double digits. They got a 9-point lead. Into the corner. Elijah Elliott driving. Looks baseline. It's going to be a blocking foul. Long Island Lutheran can't believe it. Looked like Tajay Jones trying to take that charge. Now they're going to say he wasn't set, so they'll keep the ball in the hands of the Buffaloes here in the first quarter.
Well, you saw off the inbound, Sunrise Christian Academy wanted to just be just as intense and at fast pace as Long Island Lutheran. They were able to get out in transition and really, I think, take by surprise the Crusaders on defense being able to get inside and draw the 2 free throws.
That is the 5th foul. Now it's for both teams, so shooting the 2 ball for Sunrise Christian. Elijah Elliott gets the first one to fall. His first appearance on the scoreboard tonight. Trying to look for one more. 1:42 to go in this first quarter. Gonna back iron it. Rebounded by Long Island Lutheran. Been pushing the pace early. See how much that continues.
Yeah, and that almost blitz of a pace. You could see it early.
And Edgecombe finding Anthony, but he can't get it to go. Rebounded into the hands of the Buffaloes. Going the other way. Castillo trying to take his man. Gets into the paint. Puts it up a floater. It's blocked. I think that was Kai and Anthony. Now the other way. Nigel James tries to dunk, but he can't get it. Ball's bouncing around near the other basket. Now James has it in the corner, and they're going to set the offense up. Great defense from the Buffaloes. Looked like an easy 2 points for the Crusaders. And that one's stolen away. Castillo going to have Edgecombe. This is the matchup to watch. Castillo loses the ball to Edgecombe. A lot of turnovers. Sloppy basketball here. Now Ross. Baseline looking all the way the other way. Nigel James, corner 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Buffaloes. And Edgecombe will barrel into Tachanda. Slow down the pace here a little bit. Give my good friend Jace a chance to talk.
Yeah, that was certainly some of the craziest bit of basketball we've seen tonight so far. Again, just the fast-paced blitz of both of these teams on evidence tonight. But you saw just how much of a defensive presence VJ Edgecombe provides for Long Island Lutheran with Castillo, who arguably is the best player for Sunrise Christian Academy, just kind of got back down when he was dribbling inside the paint against Edgecombe on that fast break.
Yeah, now Castillo taking a 3, right wing, shorts it, but a rebound. No, it's knocked away. Rebounded by Orange. He couldn't go up with it on the fast break. Now going the other way, Anthony into the lane. A charge call on him. Didn't get the fall either way, but the charge goes in favor of the Buffaloes. Jeremiah Green took it like a champ on the chin. Sunrise Christian will take it out into their own basket. In checks back in Godswill Airing.
And this is certainly something, as you are not scoring points in the last 4 minutes and 38 seconds for Sunrise Christian Academy. If you can steal momentum in the last 30 seconds of the first quarter, get a little bit there with the charge and the offensive turnover.
Already the underdogs coming in was Sunrise Christian, looking to pull off a massive upset. Number 5 in the country, the Crusaders, putting on a clinic of scoring here early. Now trying to dribble into the corner, it's Arns. He's working. Looks like against Kai Anthony. Finally gets around his man. He'll put it for the flush. Two-handed Mingo tried to contest late, couldn't get the rebound, couldn't get the block. Now he's going the other way, going to drive into the lane, stops on the block, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Elijah Elliott.
Well, on that last possession, it was really good textbook defense inside. And Spencer Arns almost was a good thing that he kind of lost his balance with the ball. It forced the man on him, Kai, to just be aggressive, go after the ball. He couldn't find it, and then allowed Aaron's an easy lane to the basket.
Long Island Lutheran see 3 seconds before the end of the first quarter, trying to find anyone. They're going to get a wide open 3. Mingo, right side, got it to go. And that will do it for the first half. 19-10 is your score at the end of the first quarter. Excuse me, not the first half. We're a little near to college basketball. But the Crusaders, after going down early 7-2, bounce back in a big way. 17-3 run for the Crusaders to go up at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, and it was certainly just started by the defensive intensity and the pressure on defense. They were able to get out, force turnovers, turn that into easy transition points, And you just saw the fast-paced blitz by this Long Island Lutheran team was just so effective in the second half of that first quarter. Again, able to turn defense into offense, and that's one of the things that this team really excels at, and what really the best teams in basketball do across on all levels is the intensity on defense is matched by the intensity on offense. BJ Edgecombe, again, he's probably the best player on this court, but we've seen him be unselfish, make a great couple of plays on defense, getting a few rebounds or loose balls, and then able to throw it up the court to turn into transition and then subsequent points for the Crusaders. But overall, really an exciting and thrilling first quarter.
Yeah, you are so right, James. And we kind of saw in that first quarter something that Sunrise Christian Academy has been rearing its ugly head. They only averaged 50 and a little over 50 points in the EYBL Scholastic League. Right now, only 10 in that first quarter here against Long Island Lutheran. They're going to have to look to turn it around if they want any shot of knocking off the Crusaders, who are coming off a monster win against Chaminade. Their home opening won 113-47 back up in New York.
Well, I'm sure that's what Kyle Lindstedt is telling his team is, guys, we were up 7-2. We were dominating the opening few minutes of this game, but just got way too aggressive on offense and lost way too many possessions that turned into points on the other end.
Now Tachanda comes off a screen, gets a wide open three and buries it. 3 points on the board for the Buffaloes, down by 5, going the other way now, Nigel James.
And that's one of those plays for big points that you can set up during the timeout or at the end of the first quarter. And Tachanda, nice job to make an open three. We've seen Sunrise Christian Academy struggle with those early, but not that time.
Now Tajay Jones goes by his man, gets in the lane, toilet bowls out. He couldn't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Buffaloes. Quick note, real quick, before the end of that first half, the shot by Mingo was changed to a 2, so it's only 18, but I missed a slam. Sam Martin Sadi throwing it down on the other end, gets the and one against Tajay Jones. And he'll go to the line, and just like that, we talked about the scoring drought. 5 in the first 45 seconds of this quarter. And Sunrise Christian looking to cut it to a 2-point deficit.
Yeah, certainly a lot of momentum going the way of Sunrise Christian Academy. Game breaks and timeouts will certainly do that for you. Allow your team to settle down, get into the state of this game, and even for us with how intense of a game this has been, how fast-paced of a game this has been, it's allowed us to kind of ease back and settle into this game just like these players are. But you could see, Alex, if you look at the court, just how fast-paced Long Island is when they're shooting free throws. Sunrise Christian is. They don't have anyone lined up to try to get an offensive rebound. All the other 4 players are on the defensive side of the court.
Yeah, no, you're so right. That's Sim Martin Sadi. He'll shoot his and one off the slam. He got it. So it's a 2-point deficit. Here is the first half kind of getting into motion. You see Nigel James looking for Air Hurrying underneath. Now pass over to the other side. Alir Malou can't get it to go. Blocked. Going the other way. It's going to be Elliott. Elliott trying to make his man off the dribble. He's going to run into traffic. He'll dribble it out. Set up that shot clock again. Castillo wants it in the corner. Not going to give it to him. Arns got it up top. Now underneath. Elliott, great pass over to Sim Martin Sadi again. Puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Arns with that man. Puts it back up. No good. Into the hands of Long Island Lutheran. They're going to try to run with it. Anthony going over. Now a 3. No, James doesn't pull the trigger. Back to Anthony for 3. No, can't get it to fall. It looks like an on-the-floor foul on the rebound.
Yeah, it looked like for Sunrise Christian Academy, number 11, Spencer Aarons, was just grabbing one of the arms of one of the players for Long Island Lutheran, and obviously that's an easy call. It looked like he was wrapped up with Godswill O'Herne, and that's a costly mistake. You're getting an opportunity to force an empty possession down by 2, but you get the foul inside.
You're so right. Here we go. Long Island Lutheran finding James. Left wing 3. No, just off the mark. Rebounded, though. Air Hurrying underneath, making him everything work. But he gets blocked by Aarons. The big men going up against it. Now that everyone going to get on the floor, they're going to call a jump ball. A quick jump ball call from the officials, not wanting the players to get too much of a scuffle on the ground.
I think that was actually Mika Marin who got the block there for Sunrise Christian Academy, but whoever it was, just a great heads-up play, but we've seen a lot of offensive rebounds suddenly for Long Island Lutheran. Again, you have the foul inside and then that subsequent offensive rebound, getting second-chance opportunities here in a lot of their possessions.
Yeah, Long Island Lutheran making the most of their second chances underneath. Edgecombe couldn't get the fall. The putback, though. Toilet balls again. No one can get it except Murian on the other end. Going the other way, Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, that was 3 shots in one possession, and not one of them fell.
And on the other end, Murian can't get it to go. Arns can't get the rebound. Now going the other way. Caden Mingo kicking out to 3 for the Buff Crusaders, and off the mark. Nothing's falling for either team. Going up and under. Another block. Arns and Murian just putting their hands up. It's all in the hands of Mingo. Goes up and under for the layup. So much going on.
Yeah, well, Long Island Lutheran has just dominated the glass early in this game, especially on offense, and that has just been such a big reason for why they're leading this game. We saw 2 quick shots, both missed. One was an open 3 on that previous possession, but because you're so intense getting offensive rebounds, you get the second chance opportunities.
Now Elijah Elliott finds Murian in the corner. He knocks down a tray. Sunrise Christian, the Buffaloes respond with a 3, and they're back within 1. Oh, just under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Now Nigel James, he's been active early, getting into the lane, trying for a staple. No, Murian can't get the staple, but he gets the rebound. And he will find the hands of Elliott. Their ball handler, he'll take it up.
Yeah, Murian has been crucial coming off the bench early in this game for Sunrise Christian Academy. 6'10", and he is every bit as good as you would expect. Coming out of Finland, actually, so an international player in tonight's game. But he's been crucial. Again, he knocked down the open 3, and then nice physical defense on the other end off a couple of rebounds and a few blocks, as you have mentioned.
Orange trying to get by his man there. Saw Erharine give the foul. Now it'll go underneath to the Buffaloes, looking to take the first lead since early in that first quarter.
Yeah, Murian actually leads his team in points. He's got 3 right now, so points have been spread out throughout this entire team. Meanwhile, on the other end, out of 20 points, 15 of which are coming from 3 players from Long Island Lutheran. VJ Edgecombe with 5 for himself. Mingo's got 4. Then you have James with 6.
Buffaloes take it out under their own basket. You're seeing Crusaders defense stifling, but Castillo gets it in the corner, almost with time to spare. Now he'll step up, fire a J from the paint, and he got it. And the Buffaloes have the lead, 21-20, just over 4 to play here in the second quarter.
Castillo has just been 1 for 3 from the floor. They've got to get their better player rolling, but he finds the bottom of the net that time.
And who better to give it to? Edgecombe, but they're going to give him a charge. Spinning into contact, Elijah Elliott stood his ground, and it's going to go the other way. Right now, the Buffaloes showing up in this second half. An 11-2 run in the first 4 minutes of this second quarter.
Yeah, VJ Edgecombe trying to argue his point there with the referee, but David Castillo, I believe it was, who was bumped into and drew the charge, just did such a nice job playing that and forcing the offensive turnover. But you said it, 4 minutes to go in this first half, and an excellent opportunity here for the Buffaloes to get some points and take a substantial lead for the first time since the first quarter.
And now a reverse layup, not a little bit of showboating there from Elliott. Goes up and under, gets the ball to go in the bucket. Now down by 3 into the corner, 4-3 off the mark. Ben Michaels couldn't get it to fall in the hands, though. They get it back underneath. Erharine got it to go. And a timeout, Long Island Lutheran. So we're going to quick timeout. We're going to share our sponsors. Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike, only basketball, and Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavors, Chipotle for real. Thank you both, Nike and Chipotle, for sponsoring the Nike EYBL Scholastic here at the Bash in Ridgeview High School.
Well, on that previous possession for Sunrise Academy, give credit there to Jacob Ross. For Long Island Lutheran, give credit to Jacob Ross. Got the offensive rebound and then was able to get it to his big teammate to get the points. But again, that's what offensive rebounds and subsequently second chance points do. They hide the mistakes on offense, sort of the lack of success shooting the ball, which has certainly plagued really both teams tonight. But it's just been Long Island Lutheran has been better on the glass, been able to get a lot of second chance opportunities. And again, like many possessions, we've seen 1 or 2 shots go in and out and just miss. You had an open 3 that missed, but then a follow-up shot to get the lead back. And they're only up by 1, but the second chance opportunities has been critical in this game for Long Island Lutheran.
They have. We'll see if that continues here as the first half starts winding down. It's going to be tough sledding for both teams as the defense has been showing out lately. This time it's been the Buffaloes lately. Now into the 3, Castillo puts up an awkward one. Looked like he didn't double clutch it a little bit, didn't want to go up with it. It's going to end up in the possession of the Crusaders. Looked like it touched a Buffalo there at the end.
I think he was wanting to pass, actually, so that's why he double clutched and then had no other choice but to shoot a 3, and it was just short.
Now, Ben Michaels swung around 3, doesn't get to go. Murinen on the rebound. He'll hand it off to Elliott. And Buffaloes, they need to go up a lot. They're trying to go up early. This again, they haven't hit their stride. The Crusaders have, and now a moving screen called against the Buffaloes. Kenny Tachanda, man in stripes, says Tachanda wasn't set. And they're gonna turn it over.
Yeah, a lot of the sloppiness tonight from Sunrise Christian Academy, really both of these teams, but especially in that first quarter. The Buffaloes had a lot of possessions on the offensive side that just ended up in turnovers or offensive fouls. And, of course, they've drawn some on the other end when they're on defense. But when you're down by 1 in limited time in the first half, you got to make the most count, and they just really haven't in the previous few possessions.
Here we go. Nigel James tried to cross over. He walked with it. Nigel James take a couple steps, give it back to the man in stripes, and the turnover goes in the favor of the Buffaloes. And both teams, mainly though, this Buffalo team struggled with turnovers. They had 15 back just a game ago or more per game.
Well, I don't know if he was intimidated by Jeremiah Green, but for whatever reason he just lost it. Now Green loses it.
Now Green, they're a lot of trouble there. Again, as they said, they're susceptible to the turnover. Now left-hand drive, going to be Caleb Williams. That's who wearing number 13 tonight, not Bellaby. He gets the layup to go. Up by 3, go to the Buffaloes.
That was a tough shot, but way to find the bottom of the net.
Now Jacob Ross trying to get into the paint. Nigel James tries to go up and under the big man. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Arns, and they've been using that. Those big men been very potent tonight for the Buffaloes. Sunrise Christian, they got fouled. Arns trying to get it out. And they're going to take it the other way, and quickly, Long Island Lutheran has 4 fouls in the half. Maybe something to watch down the stretch.
Yeah, we'll give credit to Spencer Arns. He's able to get the offensive rebound, or defensive rebound, for Sunrise Christian Academy. But as soon as he takes that ball in on the rebound, I mean, you talked about it, just the intensity inside. We're just seeing it right now.
There it is, Ben Michaels. Steele goes up the slam. He's going to get fouled. Can't get it to go. He'll shoot 2 at the line. I will say that's a great track down defense from Murinen. Not letting Michaels get the easy 2. Going to make him go the hard way and shoot it 2 at the charity stripe. Michaels, he hasn't shot a free throw this year. Hasn't really played as much as you'd think. He's 0 for 2 from behind the arc, and he hasn't been at the line. So about to see his first and second free throw attempts of the young season for the senior. Michaels puts the first one up, gonna rattle it home. Got the shooter's touch. Now Elijah Elliott, he'll check in for Castillo.
Both teams are now in the bonus. 6 fouls by Sunrise Christian Academy, 8 on Long Island Lutheran.
Now that one just short of the mark. Murinen has the rebound. Up by 2 go the Buffaloes. They're looking for more though. Elliott, the FAU commit. Or not the commit, but he signed his letter of intent to play for the Owls. He's the one man in the point right now, trying to work against Mingo, working off some screens, trying to find grass, can't do it. Jeremiah Green, now he'll drive to the paint, puts it up, and he can't get it to fall, doesn't get the rebound, knocked out by Arns. Crusaders have a chance to try to knot this game up and or take the lead here with 1:36 to go in this first half.
Well, you just see the difference in physicality on the inside. When Long Island Lutheran goes to get a rebound, there's hardly anyone there to contest it. But when Sunrise Christian Academy on defense goes to get a rebound, there's 3 or 4 defenders swatting at the ball to try to poke it out and take the ball back.
Now it's Kion Anthony trying to get, now he's going to dump it off to Erharine underneath, working against the big man. He gets blocked. They're going to call a foul on Murinen. Murinen wasn't happy with it. Head coach Kyle Linston told him, calm down, big man. Don't need to get angry too early. But that will put the Crusaders at the line with a chance to tie this game. Erharine only at the line. He shot 3 so far this season, 1 for 3. Now Long Island Lutheran, they've only played 1 EYBL Scholastic game. They beat the number 20th ranked, now number 20th ranked Oak Hill. They not only beat them, they beat them pretty easily and handily by 27 points. Erharine couldn't get that one to fall. You'll have one more shot as Castillo will check back in for Murinen. Given the size advantage, I feel like back to the Crusaders.
It certainly is. You lose a 6'10 guy, and you bring in number 10 Castillo, who's listed as 6'1.
And that one doesn't fall. Erharine couldn't get it. Looks like they're going to call a foul, maybe a lane violation on Arns.
Yeah, he just left too early, just a little too eager to get the defensive rebound. But you can see Long Island Lutheran putting the pressure on. They don't back any of their players off. They go for these offensive rebounds.
They do. Another miss is going to be arrowed back into the hands of the Buffaloes, and Arns will take it up. The kid from Canada been dubbed as one of the best players from Canada by many people in the online community. He came to the United States, wants to play with this talent. He's got it working against Erharine on the near corner. Driving in, he's going to make some work. Got a man wide open in the corner. Now he hits Caleb Williams. He'll shoot a three. Rolls out. Williams had a chance to knock it down. Couldn't get it to fall. Nigel James has it for the Crusaders.
Well, even though that shot didn't go in, that is the shot you would want to see.
And Mingo getting to the hole and putting this game even. Just under 40 seconds to go. 25 apiece for both teams here at Ridgeview High in the Palmetto State. We'll see how they work. As you said, no shot clock, so Jeremiah Green and the Buffaloes can hold it for as long as they want.
Yeah, they've got a nice chance to kind of let this clock run and steal some late points in this game.
Instead, they turn it over, and on the break goes the Crusaders. Mingo up and good. Quick 4 points for the Crusaders. Lou High takes the lead. Here we go, final 10 seconds of this first half. Elijah Elliott, he's calling everyone off. Kyan Anthony, he wants Mello's kid. Driving to the hoop, gets it. No, he's going to kick it out. Pump fake three on the way. Green can't get it to go. And the miss gives the Crusaders the 2-point lead here at the end of the first half, 27-25. Thank you for watching here at Nike EYBL Scholastic. It's going to be a fun second half. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back here for the second half. Welcome back to Ridgeview High School here in the capital city, Columbia, South Carolina. We're set to begin this second half, but first we'd like to thank our sponsors. Nike EYBL Scholastic is brought to you by Nike, Only Basketball, and Chipotle. Real ingredients, real favors, Chipotle for real. Now right now what you're looking at is a remembrance of Ryan Holinsky for mental health awareness.
Thank you so much for participating as we take a moment.
For those who are joining us from out of state, Ryan Holinsky was a former football player at the University of South Carolina. His brother actually committed suicide, so they founded the foundation Holinsky's Hope, backed by that number 3 that you saw everyone holding up. So at Ridgeview High School, at the beginning of the second half, they hold up the 3 in remembrance from mental health, and that's Holinsky's Hope. Now, let's move back to the game we have in front of us. Now, Jace, it's been a really weird first half. It's kind of surprising. Sunrise Christian down by 2, but surprisingly not down by more. They're actually trailing in the turnover category 9-3. Why do you think they're still in this game?
Well, they have been a lot more efficient with their shot selection and their shot percentage at 40%, actually 8% better than Long Island Lutheran. But again, that's my point earlier in the first half. When you get so many second chance opportunities, it nullifies some of your weaknesses in the game. At only 32% shooting percentage, that's 1 out of every 3 for Long Island Lutheran. They're still up by 2.
They are. Jeremiah Green couldn't get the fall off the screen. Elliott got the rebound, looking to go underneath, up and under, and good. Sim Martin Sadi ties this game at 27 here in the first 30 seconds of the second half. Here comes Edgecombe into the lane. He'll dump it down low, and he can't handle. Too hot. Alir Malouk couldn't find his hand on the ball. Turnover there, the 4th one of the night for Long Island Lutheran, will go into the hands of the Buffaloes. Now they're going left to right across your screen. The Buffaloes in the light grays. Long Island Lutheran, they are in the dark grays with the red. Here we go, Jeremiah Green off the screen. He'll go to Arns. 3-ball on the way, doesn't get it to go. Rebounded, Godswill Erharine grabs it. Nigel James going the other way. They don't have the numbers, and he'll finally slow up.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play, just good vision. Didn't need to drive into a swarm of defenders. Instead, just slow down. Again, no shot clock. You can take your time to set up a good play and good screen.
So they're doing Edgecombe to the lane, and puts it up. No, can't get it to fall. Just rims out on the floor. Everyone's fighting for it, and it's going to be a jump ball. Alir Malouk had it underneath, and they got a timeout, actually. I thought they called the jump ball, but looks like John Buck got the timeout in time. I'll keep it in Lou High's territory. Heads up play from the coach there. It's a quick 30-second break here, but no, 27-27 game. Been a lot better than we thought we were going to be. I mean, going into it, you look on paper, the 1-6 Buffaloes, 0-3 in EYBL play, and the 2-0 Long Island Lutheran Crusaders, who beat the number 20 team in the country by 27. And we got a tied ball game here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all to credit for the coaching job that Kyle Lindstedt has done, and he is this is his first year with Sunrise Christian Academy, but there's a big asterisk next to that 1 year because he's actually spent 15 years at the program before. He had a stop and a tenure from 2000 to 2015, so he's been a part of this program for a very long time. He had a couple of stops from 2016 to 2022, 2023, but he's back now, and he's got his team in a good position in a tied game against a team that really everyone would expect to be blowing them out.
You're right, you are. Now that's Logan Gooch's underneath. Or no, excuse me, not Logan Gooch's. That was Mingo kicking to Edgecombe. Now Nigel James trying to drive, and they're going to give Edgecombe a wide open 3 right side. Couldn't get it to go. Edgecombe can make you pay from deep. That's why he's a 5-star. Hasn't been able to find it really early.
As much talk as I gave for VJ Edgecombe, he unfortunately has just not played that well. Sunrise Christian Academy has done such a good job to keep him in check. He's just 1 for 6 from the field, 5 points in this game, so he's made 1 3 and a pair of free throws.
And now, looks like they're going to say a 5-second call against Arns, who was trying to figure out what to do with it up top. And you're so right. Sunrise Christian has done a great job of Edgecombe, and he just hasn't found his stroke yet. You can see him. He's just kind of doing that motion as he throws the inbound. This kid, he can shoot it from wherever he wants on the floor. If they get him going, could be a long second half.
Well, he's got good looks, too.
Oh, the alley-oop, though, in a reverse. Alir Malouk throws it down behind his head. Give Edgecombe the assist. What a way to really get their first 2 points of this third quarter flying.
And that's what the best players do. When they're not having a good night, they give it up to their other teammates and try to make other things happen on the other parts of this offense.
Yeah, Arns underneath, puts it up and in, right back at you. Godswill Erharine on the defense, but Arns, the kid from Canada, puts it up. Now Edgecombe, it doesn't get it over to Nigel James. He'll find Edgecombe. No, great defense from Castillo. Long three on the way from Mingo. Right side, swirls out. Rebounded by the Buffaloes, going the other way. Jeremiah Green moving quick in transition. Elijah Elliott, 4-3. No, not good. Rebound over the back call. He can't believe it. Maluk went over the back of Arns. That will be a foul and put it into the hands of Sunrise Christian.
Even though this game is tied, Sunrise Christian Academy has looked a lot better on defense, only giving up a single basket out of 3 attempts so far in this second half. Especially and particularly on the rebounding side, they have not allowed a lot of offensive rebounds, which was just the Achilles heel of this team in the first half.
There should be no surprise to anybody how good this team is kind of starting to show up. They had 4 top 100 players graduate last year. Now it's Aria put back in. Spencer Arns. Trying to talk about how good this team is. Showing you right there, Arns. But as I said, they had 4 top 100 players graduate. Started off slow. They're finding their rhythm. Edgecombe into the paint. Goes up and under. Gets the floater to go. VJ Edgecombe. When you're not finding it from behind the arc, go to the paint and good things happen. Ties this game at 31.
For being 6'4" and 180 pounds, VJ Edgecombe is very shifty and just a beautiful play to spin around his man, get him out of position, and make the easy shot.
Now Caleb Williams, 3, nothing but nylon, it's good. Caleb Williams finding the scoreboard there. He's up to 5 on the night. Gives the Buffaloes the lead. Now swinging all the way around. Tajay Jones to the lane. Puts it, no, throws it away. Into the hands of the Buffaloes. They got numbers tipped away. Into the hands of Williams. Goes up and gets it to go. The and one for Caleb Williams. And the Buffaloes got all the momentum in the world.
Certainly a first half that was pretty dominated by Long Island Lutheran, but they have just been slow on offense in the second half. And credit Sunrise Christian Academy and the adjustments made at the half by Kyle Lindstedt. Again, they have been much better on defense, forcing tougher shots and getting the rebounds when they needed to, but they've made a lot of shots in this second half, and that's the big reason why they've got a chance to go up by 6, which would be their biggest lead of the night.
And Caleb Williams, first time at the charity stripe, finds it, and a 6-point lead indeed for Sunrise Christian. The underdogs taking it to the number 5 team in high school basketball. Caden Mingo, he's going to push it down into underneath, got it to go. Tajay Jones couldn't find the name, but he found the bottom of the bucket for and one. He'll go to the line and try to complete the 3-point play and get even with Sunrise Christian in the possession battle. They're still up by 3 though, so don't give this Buffalo team any room to work.
Tajay Jones, we haven't said his name a lot tonight. It's actually his first points of the night. He's got a chance to get his 3rd here so far, so he was shut out in that first half, but great time to get your first points.
Yeah, Tajay, he's averaging 9 per game. And he finally completes that 3-point play, finally finding the score sheet. And here comes the full court press from Long Island Lutheran. Timeout. Sunrise Christian having trouble, and it was Mika Murinen, the sophomore, couldn't find anyone open, and they had to waste one here with 4:11 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I really think by John Buck, head coach of Long Island Lutheran, that was an excellent job of introducing the full court press, really where obviously for Sunrise Christian Academy, they weren't expecting it. That's why they had to call the timeout, and that's something that could prove costly for the Buffaloes going down to the late stage of this game. And again, every possession matters. We saw how close the first half was, just 2 points. A 1-point game, if I'm correct. No, a 2-point game. 3-point game. So,
it's a 1-point game. Or I think it's a.
Well, the scoreboard says 3.
It's a little miscommunication, but I think they're marking that Caleb Williams 3-ball a 2-ball. That was a little earlier, back around the 6-minute mark when Caleb Williams shot that 3. I think they're going to mark it as a 2. So I think right now the official score is actually 36-35. Scoreboard says otherwise. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, I think they're going to. No, they're just picking up a wet spot. But my point is regardless if the score is 3, 2, or 1, it is a very close and intense battle. And it looks like the full court press is still in effect here. They're not even guarding the inbound man, and now they're just backing off.
Now they're going to back off, but they're going to keep some pressure on. They're looking to trap as he gets across the mid-court line. They get it to go. Castillo inside. He loses it, though. Great defense from Mingo, who stripped it. He'll grab it and go the other way. We're going to call it as it is on the court, so a 3-point game, 37-34 in favor of the Buffaloes. Edgecombe spinning to the lane, goes up and gets fouled. Edgecombe, again, he can't find it from deep right now. He's going to the lane, getting all the tough work out of the way.
Yeah, what do good players do? They not only, when they're not having their greatest nights, give it up to their fellow players, but also they go to other positions on the court to try to get points. We've seen Edgecombe as of late. He hasn't found it from the perimeter, so he's worked it inside to much success.
And right there, hits his first free throw. Again, Edgecombe, the kid from the Bahamas. He'll actually have his homecoming later in December when they have a tournament in the Bahamas. But Edgecombe, the 2023 New York Gatorade Player of the Year. Jace already listed his stats off, and he is incredible to watch. He's been held in check, though. Hasn't really got going. We'll see if he can start to get it going now at these free throws. As he's saying, let's go. He's ready. He hits the second. 1-point game here at the Bash. Second game of the afternoon. First game of the EYBL Scholastic. It's been nothing but excitement.
A quick note on Edgecombe. Back to you.
Back to the lane. Stapled off the backboard. Maluk got it, but it's going to go in the hands of Sim Martin Sadi into the corner. Jeremiah Green trying to get it to Sadi. Gets deflected and will go out of bounds. Wow, this has been high octane.
Well, it certainly has, and it was interesting you mentioned that about being the 2023 Gatorade Player of the Year in New York for VJ Edgecombe, but would you believe that last year was his first year playing high school basketball, so he's got a lot of talent, and especially in a state as large as New York to be the Player of the Year from Gatorade, that is just incredible work. But on the other end, a lot of intensity down low from Sunrise Christian Academy. They got a miss, but were able to get the offensive rebound, kind of giving back what some of the medicine that Long Island gave to them, so to speak, in the first half. They've been able to fight inside to get more rebounds, and here's some second chance points right now at the free throw line. Sim
Martin Sadi knocks down both, stays perfect at the line. So they actually ended up changing the score on our screen, so it is 39-36. 3-point lead from Sunrise Christian. And Kai Anthony, he's having trouble with it. Alir Maluk trying to find one, gives it to Anthony, dumps it back, no, kick ball. Looks like trying to dump it back to Maluk, who was cutting back door, but Tachanda put it off his leg.
Yeah, just some miscommunication and overall confusion. Keelan Anthony, again, as you said, trying to get it inside his teammate, but just they were not on the same page at all. He was cutting inside while he was passing into the corner.
And Edgecombe, he'll go to the lane, going to get fouled on the floor. Are they going to say it's a shooting foul? It was on the drive. The foul will go against Elijah Elliott, and they're going to make Blue High take it out underneath. I think number 23 is actually Connie Tachanda, so excuse me, Tachanda. It's not Sim Martin Sadi. And now trying to find anyone to get open. There comes Sunrise's defense. They finally get it into Mingo. Goes up and gets no. Can't do it. Now you heard Mingo. That's right. That's Dylan Mingo. The younger brother, Caden Mingo, the sophomore. Now he is number 24 ranked in the class of 2026. Another player to watch. Just a little younger, so he's trying to find his way into the rotation here for Lou High. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, he's got a good chance to be an impact player here, and if he's able to get some buckets, make some nice plays, well, then he's going to have a nice game, and that's what you really want from your bench players. You know, they're not going to get all the minutes, of course. They are coming off the bench, but if they can come in at crucial points, last few minutes of the third quarter, a very close game, and make some plays, then they're going to get some more time going down the road, and especially as they develop and get older and are part of the team for longer, they're going to eventually start.
So Dylan Mingo's first 2 points of the EYBL Scholastic League come at the line. Looks to be a 1-point game and a trap here. Edgecombe stole it, going to the lane, puts it up off the glass and in. Just like that, Long Island Lutheran leads 40-39, 2:50 to go here in the third quarter.
Jeremiah Green had the basketball, and again, he's just reluctant to pass it.
Now Castillo, he's going to get away, kick to the corner. Orange got a wide open look, no one within 20 feet of him, and he rattles it home. Back go the Buffaloes in front by 2. Now they're trying to run it. Coach is trying to get them in show mode. Kyan Anthony floater goes in. I can't find my words, but Kyan Anthony finds the bucket for 2. And just like that, knotted up again.
Nice touch there. He was working against 2 defenders, and Ahrens, who has a significant height advantage for Sunrise Christian Academy over Anthony. He is able to just float it over the top of him.
Sunrise Christian, they've made the last 4 of their 5 shots. Orange trying to go into the lane. They're going to say he's going to get fouled on the floor, Maluk. Tough spot there. He's just playing defense on the drive. They're going to get him for a little push. Not what we're looking for the big man. That's his second foul tonight. Well, third quarter winding down, 2:05 to go. Tied ball game. Can't ask for much more here, the opening night of the Bash. Sunrise Christian, both teams guarding the inbound well, can't really find anyone. Now they'll get it in, and they get it in the hands of their best player, 4-star Castillo. He'll go to the lane, puts it up and under, no good, rebound, no, can't get the puck down, to go. Orange gets fouled, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Excellent heads-up play, saw the ball coming out, and was just one step ahead of the defense there. Goes over the top for the dunk. Doesn't get it to go, but gets the foul. And again, we saw this a little bit in the first half, some foul trouble from Long Island Lutheran, and that's their 15th foul. They're starting to really give up a lot of fouls.
First one from Orange Falls. Now, what happened there was Castillo went up and under, forcing the big man, Erharine, to come on him. So there was no one actually boxing out number 11, Spencer Arns, the 6'9" forward. Almost had the putback slam. He will take the 2 at the line, though. He's got to make this second one. Try to go up by 2. And it is pure. So 44-42, Long Island Lutheran.
Sunrise Christian has made their most from the free throw line. 7 for 8 tonight's game so far. Long Island Lutheran, however, 8 for 13. They've left some points out at the charity stripe.
It's been a rough night for Long Island Lutheran. What we've seen the first 2 games, Edgecombe almost went the other way. He was able to corral it. And now they're going to give it to Nigel James. He'll drive in, right hand, reverse, underneath. No, doesn't get the fall, but he rebounds it. And now kicked out. 3 ball on the way. Kyan Anthony, no shooter's touch. It falls off the rim helplessly. Going the other way in the light gray, Sunrise Christian. Elliott, Arns wants to pull the trigger. He'll instead go down low. Tachanda up and good. Sunrise Christian got a 4-point lead. A little over 1 minute to go here in the third quarter.
Tachanda leads his team in points. He's now got 15 total. Again, that's a third, basically, of Sunrise Christian Academy's total points, and he's been excellent from the perimeter and in the paint as well, using his height.
Edgecombe, deep 3. Oh my goodness, he finally found it. We've been hyping him up all day. Nothing but net from the 5-star senior on the right wing. Puts this game back to a 1-point game. They're looking to trap. Long Island Lutheran was, but Jeremiah Green, best ball handler, he's going to try to work here against Nigel James. Bringing it up.
There's 30 seconds left of this third quarter. You got a nice opportunity to, well, I was going to say,
can't walk with it.
Slow down and force a late basket, steal some points going into the fourth quarter. That, again, could prove to be huge, critical points. But instead, you turn it over, and now you give Long Island Lutheran the opportunity. Do they go fast, or do they take their time as well and whittle this clock down, but try to get a late shot to steal some points? But and it's such a close game. I mean, every possession matters, and Sunrise Christian, well, really both of these teams have just made a lot of careless mistakes.
They have Tachanda. He's trying to find Edgecombe. Instead, he'll go to the hoop, but they're going to call a travel on him. So Castillo, he walked with it on the Sunrise Christian side. Tachanda gives it right back with a walk. And now with 15 seconds to go, it looks like Sunrise Christian can really hold for the last shot. However, Long Island Lutheran doesn't want to get past half court.
Yeah, I think that was Tajay Jones who had it for Long Island Lutheran, but you're right, though. He turns it over. Now opportunity for
Elliott
the Buffaloes.
To the lane, up and no good. Rebound to Long Island Lutheran. No, it's stolen. Going to be a 3 from Caleb Williams at the buzzer. No, just off the mark. And it will stay 1-point lead for Sunrise Christian Academy. You're right, it was Tajay Jones with the walk. But Sunrise Christian trying to pull a massive upset here, starting 0-3 in the EYBL Scholastic. Shows you the talent this league has. They have one more quarter left in them to knock off the number 5 team in the country.
Yeah, and this opportunity they have has come a long way, and big thanks to Chanda for their opportunity here. Again, leads the team in scoring. Out of 46 total team points, he's got 15, so just under a third. He's played excellent so far, and he's, for a big man, been very accurate tonight. Shooting the ball, he's made his sole attempt from the three-point, and I believe inside he's 5 for 6, so he's done very well tonight. He's also 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. But that being said, he has just used his height and his physicality to the best that he can, not only to get points inside, but to get rebounds when it mattered most. Second chance opportunities, when we talked about it, it was very efficient from Long Island Lutheran. It bailed them out on really a poor first half in terms of shooting, with how many opportunities they had that were second chance off of offensive rebounds. In the third quarter, Sunrise Christian Academy give them credit. They really turned it around, and they gave it to Chanda. Really, from what we suspected, maybe not their best player, but hey, in these games, you just look to win. And it doesn't matter who it comes from, your bench, your star guy, your third guy that you consider your best player, but it's coming from Chanda. And really, this fourth quarter adjustment has to be to shut him down because, again, he's been dominant. And even for both teams, he leads. He's scored the most out of any player on both teams. VJ Edgecombe close, though, with 14. He's had a very good third quarter after kind of a slow first half.
He had 9 points in that third quarter, coming alive for the Crusaders, trying to get it to go, and now they'll go to Edgecombe. It may be the Edgecombe show in the fourth. We'll see what he does. Dribble, driving into the lane, charge on him! Drawing the charge, Elijah Elliott. Plays hero, Edgecombe. He had another bucket, it fell. But Elijah Elliott said, not on my watch, stood in there, took the contact, and they're going to go the other way. We're set up here, Jace, for a phenomenal fourth quarter of basketball in the first game of the EYBL Scholastic. Got another one coming tonight. It's only going to go up from here. Edgecombe, he's going to take a break. Interesting, they're going to give him a little rest before their final down the stretch. It's a one-point game. Don't want your best player getting tired.
Well, he also has 4 fouls, so he's getting close to getting fouled out in tonight's game.
Yeah, you can't have him fouling out. Now they're trying to trap Nigel James, working on Elliott, making sure not to foul there. And now Elliott trying to go around to screen. He'll get it to Murinen.
I haven't seen him a lot in the third quarter. He was critical at the end of that first half to get some momentum and rebounds for Sunrise Christian Academy.
Now Caleb Williams taking a shot. Can't get it to fall behind the arc. Rebounded. Mingo going to go the other way. 1v1. Williams versus Mingo, and Williams will huck him. Mingo, and they're going to call it on the air. Yeah, they're going to give him the shot, give him the strike, and a shoot 2 to go up for 1.
You know, I really do like to play, even though you give up 2 free throws and the foul, obviously, for Caleb Williams. But a good heads-up play. Again, a team that has kind of struggled from the free throw line. 8 for 13 for Long Island Lutheran.
Long Island Lutheran, they were 3 for 7 in their first game. There's Mingo knocking down one there, though. The Crusaders, this is a rare sight. Their first 2 games of the season, same quarters, mind you, they put up, and you're going to hear me right here, 113 points and 84 points in their first 2 games. They have a little over half of that 84 they put against Oak Hill. They only have 46, meaning what this Sunrise Christian team has been doing has been phenomenal. Because they've given up 72 points per game in their 3 games in the EYBL Scholastic. Right there, Mingo knocks down another one from the mine.
It really makes me question the strength of schedule for Sunrise Christian Academy. They're 1-6 and 0-3 conference play, but they have played up to tonight's opponent, and they have done excellent.
They have, and there's a 3 on the way. Green, a little too soft. Rebounded by Mingo. He's taking the point. He'll throw it over to Anthony. Anthony trying to drive baseline, couldn't get it to go. Nigel James going to set the offense ablaze. He'll work off a screen, trying to go to the paint. Foul on Castillo on the floor. Going to take it out underneath. But going back to our point we just said about Sunrise Christian, I mean, we said a little slow start. They lost 4 prospects to college teams. Scotty Middleton to Ohio State, Miro Little to Baylor, Layden Blocker to Arkansas, and Mataz Vazilis to the G League. The G League Ignite team's actually looking at Edgecombe too. But so that's kind of like this little slow start, but they've been phenomenal tonight.
They have, absolutely, and you just got to credit the coaching by Kyle Lindstedt. He's brought his team into a really faraway environment. It is obviously for Long Island Lutheran as well, but you come in an unfamiliar territory, and certainly a lot of players, a lot of fans here at tonight's game are here really to watch Long Island Lutheran. It was interesting, I don't know if you noticed this, when they were announcing starting lineups, a lot of cheers erupted for the Crusaders, but when it was Sunrise Christian's Academy for their starting lineup, it was not nearly as loud in support. But they have stepped up, and they have played excellent. Again, Tachanda, hats off to him, leading scorer with 15. But when it hasn't happened from Tachanda, they've been able to find other players. Arens has 11 for himself. Murinen had a lot of points in that first half. So overall, a very good game, clean game from the Sunrise Christian Academy. And going down the stretch with 6:50 to go, they certainly have an opportunity to win this game.
They definitely have an opportunity. That's opportunity, maybe an understatement. If they can play well, we're looking at the number 5 team in the country getting knocked off. I mean, a team that beat a top 20 team in the country by 27. Going into tonight, Long Island Lutheran was on paper the best team coming into tonight. Sunrise Christian has played them to the nail. Now trying to get underneath. We've seen both teams play great defense on the inbound. Finally, no, Castillo playing defense on Kai and Anthony. It'll stay in the hands of Crusaders. Lucky break there. Castillo jumped the route. If he was a half second earlier, maybe going the other way right now.
Yeah, coming out of a timeout, you got an opportunity to set up an offensive play, but good defense there to shut any of that down.
We'll quickly get into Tajay Jones, and now swinging around the ball to James. James into the corner, no. Jacob Ross, now he gets up, throws off the backboard, saved by Elijah Elliott. Almost a disaster for the Buffaloes. They're going to go the other way. Elliott, Nigel James, he's been blanketed to him this whole second half. Arns, surprised he didn't try to shoot there. He looked like he may have it, and now a stole by James. He's going to have it the other way. No one in him. He's going to put it down for the one-hand flush. Long Island Lutheran has a 3-point lead. It's going to be a big possession here for Sunrise Christian.
Tajay Jones does not score much, but when he does, he makes it count. He had an and-one opportunity that he unfortunately missed in the first half, but a slam dunk there to give them the lead and a lot of momentum.
Now, almost stepping into a three was Castillo. He wanted to, ended up not going to. I'm surprised Orange isn't shooting much. He has 11 points tonight, but he's holding the trigger. He'll have it in the corner. He'll fire one this time, though, and it's good. Tie, ball game. Thank you, Spencer Arns. Right on cue, puts one down. But Jacob Ross the other way. They're trying to kick it around. Nobody home. Gonna go to Mingo. Gonna get in the lane. Nobody home. Mingo to the bucket. Mingo. Bingo. Good. Back in front go the Crusaders.
Mingo just dribbled right by Arons without any resistance. You just can't afford to let that happen, and now you get a timeout.
Great trap there from Long Island Lutheran. Both Edgecombe was back in the game and Carmelo Anthony's kid, Kai and Anthony, putting the pressure on the Buffaloes. It's going to force them to take a timeout with 5:25 to go in this fourth quarter. Going to be a fun 5 minutes down the stretch.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and the aggressiveness really coming out of the timeout by John Buck, head coach of the Long Island Lutheran Crusaders, have VJ Edgecombe, to come back into this game. He had 4 fouls, went to the bench in the late stages of that third quarter, comes back in, and we've already seen him very quickly since he's re-entered the game make an impact with forcing the trap and almost getting a turnover and steal, or forcing a turnover. They do force the timeout, and we've seen that happen twice so far in this second half. Only 2 timeouts remaining for Sunrise Christian Academy. Long Island Lutheran has 3 on the opposite end. So something to keep track of as this game dies down. Of course, it's definitely a cliche in basketball, but those last 2 minutes last longer than, as it feels, the rest of the entire game. So those timeouts could be very crucial, especially with just how close this game has been.
It's been back and forth all night. We're coming into the final seconds of this game, and it's going to be a fun one. Green, a dish into the corner to Chanda. Now back to Green. Give and go, no good. Rebounded Elliott. No box out there from Mingo to Castillo for 3, and they take the lead off of Trey. Castillo from long range gets it to go. 5 minutes. Sunrise Christian, 5 minutes from pulling this upset. They're not going to go away quiet, though, Long Island Lutheran. Now backdoor pass up and under. Tajay Jones got fouled by Elliott. And Elliott can't believe it, but Tajay Jones will go to the line. Looked like Elliott got him with the body there.
Yeah, he faced a lot of contact on that shot. I was actually surprised to hear that whistle come as late as it did. But heads up credit to Tajay Jones to get inside, use his physicality, big body to earn some shots from the charity stripe.
And that's 3 on Elliott. You're going to have to watch him late. Again, he's been very good, especially not really with the ball in his hands, but away from the ball. Has 5 rebounds and 4 assists tonight. He's a crucial part of that Buffalo team. First shot made there from Tajay Jones.
It's just his first free throw make. He's 1 for 2. Chance to go 2 for 3.
And he buries it. And here we go. It's a roller coaster, flip-flopping all night. Back into the favor of Long Island Lutheran. Got 450 here for Sunrise Christian.
Long Island Lutheran kind of backing up, not really introducing the press as of late, but you have to expect they're going to use it eventually.
Castillo trying to take over, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Tachanda, underneath, he puts it back. And it's an easy 2 points for Tachanda. Now, an errant pass. Mingo wasn't ready for it. Nigel James spinning away, an offensive foul. They're going to say he hooked and pushed off. Elliott, he's on the right side of the call this time. It'll go back in the favor of the Buffaloes. Just over 4 to play.
Yeah, and it looks like they might use the press. They kind of back out of it, but yeah, the elbow was obvious. I saw that from here, and it was a very easy call, kind of a textbook offensive foul.
It was Castillo, the 4-star. He's the highest ranked, trying to take over. Arns doesn't pull the trigger. He'll pump fake, go right by into the lane. Gets blocked. No, late whistle there on Tajay Jones. It looked like he blocked him, but they say no, got some of the arm.
Yeah, it did look like he got some of the skin there on that shot. For Arns, he's stepped up big in this game, but I think we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout, Long Island Lutheran. I think more the thing that Long Island Lutheran has a problem with is how late the whistle came. It looked like Long Island Lutheran was getting ready to run with it back the other way, try to get back in the lead. However, ref blew that late whistle, and here we go. Sunrise Christian has 2 at the line.
They do, and give a lot of credit to Sunrise Christian Academy. You know, we really haven't even mentioned it, but they were actually at one point down by double digits or getting close to that, and they have stepped up big time. It looked really dark and gloomy for this Sunrise Christian Academy team. In the late stages of that first quarter, they've been able to turn it around, right the ship, so to speak, been able to come back out and play some intense basketball, and it has paid off for them very well. But you have that recent 3 by Castillo to give them the lead once again, as you got so excited to see. But that was off of the offensive rebound, and it has to be my favorite terminology of tonight's game is second chance opportunity, second chance points. But it has come at such crucial moments for both of these teams. And without that offensive rebound inside and kick out to Castillo from Elijah Elliott, then this game could be completely different. But a good opportunity here from the line for Arns. Again, he's stepped up nicely tonight. He's got 14 points, 2 for 2 from the free charity stripe, And I don't believe they've updated Chanda's points. He's still at 15 even after that make, so he might have 17. But if he doesn't, Arns has a chance to lead his team in scoring. Again, he's at 14 to Chanda, and on the live stat sheet we're looking at has 15, but I don't think that's been updated since he's made his most recent basket.
Maybe not, but as we said, you talked about it. They were down almost by double digits. They trailed by as many as 8 as Arns rattles one around, puts it in. It's going to be a big free throw here from Arns. Would love to make it a 3-point lead with 4:11 to go. Put the pressure on the favorites. The old saying goes, and he makes it, as the game winds down, the favorites have so much more pressure on them. They're the ones who are supposed to win. They're the ones who are supposed to blow them out. Right now, they're in a dogfight with the 0-3 Buffaloes. Nigel James has a 3, right corner, and that is the most pure thing you're going to see all night. Wish I was on the court to hear that. Swish, and it's tied once again.
Well, Arns came over to provide a double team, but the risk you run by having a double team on defense is it leaves someone open.
And now Castillo got a 3, right corner, no good. Rebounded by Mingo, and he's going to try to take it up, trying to push. Never mind, he'll slow it down. No! Stop and start goes Mingo into the lane, gets the foul, doesn't get the and one. Mingo, bingo, he's been all over the place on the defensive end, the offensive end. Right there showing you why he's a 4-star prospect. He's making the most of his opportunity, looking to put the Crusaders back in front.
He certainly is, and this is a critical couple of free throws for Long Island Lutheran. First one goes, but again, just how close this game has been played in the dying stages of the fourth quarter. Every possession means more. But going back to what you said about the Long Island Lutheran Crusaders, when you're as good as they are, top 5 in the nation, you're going to get the best shot from everyone. So if they're able to win this one and string this one out for a victory, hats off to this team. A lot of adversity they faced in this game, but also, again, you have to give the same credit to the Buffaloes being the underdog and playing as close as they are.
Yes, you're right. Mingo knocked down both. David Castillo gets in the lane. They're going to say he walked with it. Took one too many gather steps. But Mingo, real quick before you get in here, Jace, Mingo had 22 points against Oak Hill. He's now up to 14 points in the night, which is the tie for the lead on his team with Edgecombe.
Yeah, Castillo looked like he just kind of hopped twice trying to set himself up for the basket, and you obviously can't do that.
Now Nigel James trying to get, no, Tajay Jones wide open, 3 straight away, money. Tajay Jones, his 2 for 2 from behind the perimeter, and it's quickly become a 5-point lead for the Crusaders. Sunrise Christian going to have to make some magic happen here late.
It's their biggest lead since the first half.
It is now looking underneath, high heat. trying to get to Elliott down low. Arns threw a fastball, something you'd see on the pitcher's mound, right into the wall. Back goes Long Island Lutheran, a chance to really stretch this lead. Nigel James crossover into the lane, up, no good. Rebounded by Arns, going the other way. It's 3-on-3, Arns running it by himself, stops in the lane, on a dime, puts it up, no good, rebound. Second chance, third chance, got it to go. Kenny Tachanda cleans it up from Arns. And just as I said, Long Island Lutheran a chance to stretch the lead. They turn it or give the ball back to the Buffaloes, and they make the most of that, down by 1 possession.
Yeah, there's a scary moment after Long Island Lutheran was up by 5.
Well, here comes a 3 from Mingo, and he got it. Right on cue, right, Jace?
Yeah. Oh, well, I was going to say, for Sunrise Christian Academy, down by their largest deficit since the first half, and then they had the offensive turnover. Kyle Instead just told his guys, look, you got to settle down and slow down. Arns had an errant pass that went out of bounds. He threw it to a man who was 2 feet smaller than where he put the ball.
Now Arns, top of the key, spinning, almost stolen. Now it is stolen. Tajay Jones got a piece, and the Crusaders are going to slow the tempo down. They got 1:40 to go, 6-point lead. No need to go fast here, and it's going to be interesting to see when Sunrise Christian applies some pressure. Right now they're backing off, and there's a foul. Looked like Maluk was trying to get into the lane. They're going to call a foul on Tachanda.
I believe Long Island Lutheran is in the bonus, so the Crusaders will have some shots. And they actually might have said, is that a shooting foul? So they'll give them 2. So they're only at 9 fouls from what I'm looking at by the Buffaloes. And, of course, you need 10 to get in the double bonus. But so I believe it'll be a shooting foul. But I would have liked to see you have a foul or draw a double team or something, get more aggressive 10 seconds earlier than the Buffaloes decided to get aggressive. Again, there's 1:30 on the clock, and really for a moment there I thought they were just going to allow the Crusaders to run off a lot more time off than they actually did.
Yeah, lucky. I guess they kind of instinctively lucky they fouled him early, because now they have around 90 seconds to try to close this gap, but it's getting really stretched out right now. Rolls out. It's going to be a 7-point lead to the Crusaders. The Buffaloes going to have to work fast. We'll see how this high-octane stuff. Caleb Williams, you can't stand around here, but he is. Now he spins into the lane, driving up, in, now gets fouled, but it's going to be Tajay Jones, the one trying to play some defense. Caleb Williams, he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and this is what you don't want to have happen for Long Island Lutheran. Allow opportunity at the free throw line where no clock is run off for those shots, but still they are in control, up by 7. That's a big 7 with a minute to go. And I think we have a errant timeout called here.
I'm not really sure what's going on.
The referee
has
like stopped play for a second.
Looks like some substitutions going on both sides, but usually doesn't stop. I'm going to assume what happened is Tajay Jones just fouled out of the game. So that is big blow there for the Crusaders.
Yeah, he is at 5, so good point. Tajay Jones is done for the remainder of this game. He's coming to this game averaging 9 points per game. He's got 9 right now. He'll finish with 9.
Keep that average pure. It's a big free throw miss from Caleb Williams.
But when they needed a bucket, when the Crusaders needed a big bucket, Tajay Jones was there to provide it. In the late stages of the second half, he was able to get an and-one opportunity, made a 3 in the second half. And he was good when he needed to be.
Yeah, now there's a bucket from Caleb Williams. No full court yet, just manning up defense. Caleb Williams on Nigel Jones will make quick work of him and get past half court.
Well, I think he would foul now that they're across half court, but he's still nothing.
You think they're trying to trap do anything. They're trying to steal that ball from Mingo, but he's so elusive. Dribbling around, Edgecombe to the lane, loses it. It's going to stay in the hands of Crusaders. He wants a foul, vigorously pointing to his arm. No call from the referees. Keep the ball in the hand of Crusaders. We're officially under a minute to go.
Edgecombe looked a little reckless there, trying to decide between a pass and a shot, and he ended up losing the ball. It bounced off of Arns for himself. Lucky that he did not turn the ball over. But still 55 seconds, clock running, and there's no fouls.
They're not doing anything about it. Interesting. Now it's almost picked it. Now they're going to say tip to Elijah Elliott, one in the back court. Give it to Edgecombe. Long 3 on the way. VJ Edgecombe said ice cold dagger. That may do it. 9-point lead. 40 seconds to go. Maybe insurmountable for the Buffaloes. Castillo Gonna have to make some work. Gets into the lane, puts it up, loses the handle on it, goes to Williams. 3-ball on the way, gets blocked. Maluk got his hand on it, and Mingo got about 20 seconds to go. They're gonna trap him in the backcourt. Just gotta get to the cross half court. They may be over, and they're gonna call the foul on Mingo. They're gonna be in the bonus. He will go to the line. Oh my goodness, Edgecombe.
I mean, we talked about it. He's the best player that we might see out of the 4 teams that are playing tonight on this court. And again, I kind of talked about it. I'll actually look at this really quickly. His top 10 resume is just incredible. His final 10, again, he hasn't submitted a college choice yet, but his final 10 include Duke, Miami, Florida, Florida State, Alabama, St. John's, Baylor, UConn, Michigan, and actually the G League Ignite, as you mentioned earlier, looking at VJ Edgecombe. But you said it, the proper word for that deep 3 from way downtown was a dagger. It was not necessary. You had the ball and they weren't fouling, but hey, give credit to VJ Edgecombe. Chucked up the late 3, and that was all she wrote for really all intents and purposes of this game.
And Mingo, the 2 free throws, the icing on the cake, having a little friendly competition with Edgecombe to see who can finish with more points for the Crusaders. Mingo now has 19. Buffaloes, they're full court pressing, but they get it past the line. 3 on the way from Orange, no good. And Mingo's going to dribble this one out. Final score for tonight, 69 points for the Crusaders to the 59 points for Sunrise Christian. It was a back-and-forth game all night. And, however, in the end, the Crusaders, the offensive firepower, too much for Sunrise Christian to get past. They fall to 0-4 in the EYBL Scholastic League, 1-7 on the year. The Crusaders, on the other hand, moved to 2-0 in the EYBL Scholastic and a 3-0 on the year. But this was their closest game of the season, showing through adversity.
Yeah, they were, and they had a chance late in the stages of this game to come away with a victory, but it's what good teams find a way to do, is just win a game.
So thank you tonight for joining us for the Bash. Now don't go anywhere. We're going to have Oak Hill versus Canyon International next, right here on League Ready, here at the Bash in Ridgeview. Thank you for joining us. I've been Alex Ross, my partner Jace Egoff, excuse me. Thank you tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Player of the game. Congratulations, DJ. Outstanding effort.